Hello, welcome to another edition of the VOD Weekly News Recap. I am Isatou Sowe. Good evening. The Gambia celebrates World Mental Health Day with a series of complimentary activities by Zay Corner for All in collaboration with mental health and staff marching from Mariamakunda Junction to Tanka Tanka. Representative of SAF Sena Budrame in her opening statement stated that there is a variety of services in the area of mental health and psychosocial support in the Gambia are very limited, and that in few services available are mostly for adults.
And because also of the lack of awareness and support from the general public, a lot of people end up developing severe mental health problems. This is partially contributed to by us as mental health service providers or advocates for working in isolation targeting the same people. We believe when we do things together, we will have a strong voice. Our message will be heard. We will be seen. We will be understood. We will be understood, and that will enable us to mobilize the needed resources and efforts.
Ms. Zainab Haidara Sowe, the founder of Z Corner for All, also mentioned as a pageant queen, mental health and disorder had always been her platform and area of focus, not just to win competition, but it has always been her area of concern and passion.
Asthma and other illnesses. Mental disorders are equivalent, and if treated and managed as expected, it should not affect patients as it does in this part of the world. As a pageant queen, mental health and disorders had always been my platform and area of focus, not just to win competitions, but it has also been an area of concern and passion. As such, I am proud to have been the first international crown holder of Gambia, taking my advocacy on mental health to international stage. Today, as we celebrate the World Mental Health Day, with the theme, Make Mental Health for All a Global Priority. But I bet by next year, Gambia will come up with their theme, whereby we will touch light on every dark part of mental health, whereby the Minister of Health and the government will open a new rehab center for this patient.
The Gambia made it to the international news headlines following a global health alarm issued by the WHO on October 5th. WHO stated that 4 cough and cold syrup were linked to the death of 66 children in the country. The health minister announced on October 8 at a press conference in Banjul that 3 more children had died, bringing the fatality to 69 children. He further states that the cough and cold syrup, which were linked to the deaths, were all produced by an Indian drug maker, New Delhi-based Made in Pharmacy Limited. The syrup have been partially linked with acute kidney injury among the children.
Cases, and that is a good sign of containment. The total number of patients who had acute kidney injury as we speak is 81. And on receiving the mortality figures from Senegal as well, where some of the patients were taken to, we now have a total mortality of 69.
The public reaction to this development, many people, including human rights activists, many of whom blame the Gambian authorities for being negligent and call for accountability and justice for the victims. Losing nearly 70 children to acute kidney injuries due to contamination of syrups is not only unfortunate but a clear manifestation of incompetence and carelessness on the sides of relevant authorities, a former member of CA Nena Frida said. A Gambian human rights activist, Madi Jabate, has called for investigation and accountability, stating that innocent children should not perish what is not their fault. They have the right to live and good health care, but these rights have been violated. Their parents bought these medications with a strong belief that the medicine in this country are safe, but apparently they have been betrayed by the system, Madi said. Meanwhile, President Adama Barrow, in his statement in addressing the country, on October 8 authorized the Medical Control Agency through the Ministry of Health to suspend all license of the suspected pharmacists and importers. The president equally directed the foreign minister to make known the country's most profound concern over the issue to the Gambian embassy as a further cause of action. The suspected pharmacy owner and importer of the drug syrup, as well as senior officials of the Medicine Control Agency, have been called for questioning by the Gambia Police Force to assist in their investigation. The government is also reviewing the entire drug of medical licensing protocol to determine their measures to take. Boubacar Keita, who is widely called Bob Keita and was standing trial on single count of rape, has been acquitted and discharged by President Judge Mahmoud S.M. Jallow of the Banjul High Court after the state filed a need prosecute. In his ruling on whether to acquit and discharge Bob Keita on a single count of rape, Justice Mahmoud S.M. Jallow said, however, the accused person is discharged in order to enable him move on with his life as a young man since a child was conceived, which as a DNA report conclude that the accused person, Boubacar Keita, has been excluded by scientific evidence argued in Exhibit 10, is hereby acquitted and discharged for the single count of rape, contrary to Section 3, subsection 1 of the Sexual Offence Act 2013 and punishable under Section 4, paragraph 2cc of the Sexual Offence Act 2013. Meanwhile, the DNA results, which was conducted by the Ghana Police Service and read it in court by Justice Mahmoud S.M. Jallow, excluded Boubacar Keita as the biological father of the late Baby M. The DNA results also excluded Pamodi Jom, the victim's boyfriend, as the biological father of the late Baby M. Following his release, many people gathered at his mother's place to celebrate with the family as he went to see his mother at Tabokoto. West Africa Police Information System on Tuesday commenced a 3-day briefing session with its partners in the Gambia. The briefing aims to create West Africa Police Information System stemming from ECOWAS members that expressed concern over the spate of transitional organized crime and terrorism affecting the region. Commissioner Lamin L.K. Bojang, who represented the IGP at the event, says that the Gambia joined AAPS in 2017 and has since gone a long way in the implementation process. He said that the AAPIS system provides a platform for electronic management and sharing of information on crimes among actors locally and internationally.
The Gambia joined the WAPIS program in 2017 during the rollout phase to all West African countries. And as a nation, we have come a long way in the implementation process. The IGP, whose statement I'm here to deliver, was then the chief of admin of the Gambia Police Force and was the main point of contact facilitating and coordinating the project within the Gambia. I must say that from the onset, the Gambia understood and appreciated the capabilities of the WAPIS program.
ECOWAS resident representative Meta French said that the AAPIS system would not only facilitate effective networking with the National Action on Crime Management, but would also connect them with other law enforcement institutions.
It will help to foster effective and efficient coordination and collaboration among stakeholders to combat criminal activities, especially transnational organized crimes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the current security challenges are no doubt rising and are characterized by widespread cyber threats, terrorism, and trafficking of drugs and human beings, to name but a few. These threats cannot be combated in isolation, but rather through cooperation and concerted efforts, especially given the porous borders across the West African sub-region. This system will facilitate innovation, synergy, and collaboration among actors with a view to meeting these challenges.
Mohamed Talib Bensouda of Kanifing Municipal Council on Thursday launched a €3 million grant for the YEPT project. This is meant to use a sustainable focus on new integrated waste management approaches to drive environmental and social and economic transformation in Kanifing. Speaking during the launching of the project, Mayor Talib Bensouda described the day as another special day and landmark event in the history of KMC. He said the council has 10,000 waste bins that will be distributed within the communities to further accelerate the realization of its waste management strategy goal and target. These 10,000 bins, which is the first phase 1 bin per household initiative, will be distributed to 25% of the 35,000 households and 500 business operators within the municipality. He said an additional 25,000 bins are targeted to complete their waste bin initiative, which is part of their wider scheme of allocating 1 bin per each compound, with the overall objective of providing all household residents of Kanifing municipality with waste bins. This is in line with achieving the council's vision of creating a zero-bin municipality for the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa.
These 10,000 waste bins, which is the first phase of our 1 bin per household initiative, will be distributed to 25% of the 35,000 communal households and 500 business operators within the municipality. An additional 25,000 bins are targeted to complete our waste bin initiative to ensure every household has at least 1 waste bin. This is a greater scheme or part of a greater scheme for 1 bin to each compound, with the overall objective of providing all household residents within the Kanifing municipality with waste bins. This is in line with achieving our vision of creating a zero-waste municipality, a first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa.
That's all we have for you today until we come your way again. I am Isatou Sowe on the VOD Weekly News Recap. Have a good evening. Isatou Sowe reporting for VOD.